the top court is going to take up the petitions that have been filed for the remission. We'll continue getting you those details. For now, shifting our focus to a big development coming in from Tamil Nadu. The panel report has been tabled in the Tamil Nadu Assembly in the public domain for the very first time. The Tamil Nadu government has tabled the Justice Arumugasamy report on Jaya Lalitha's death, and the details have also been accessed by Times Now. In the report, which has now been tabled in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. In fact, the report also mentions the name of Sasikala, and I quote, "The commission, considering the aspects, constrained to come to no other conclusion but to indict, and has named several people, including Sasikala and the health minister, to have found fault with an investigation is to be ordered." So the Justice Arumugasamy Committee report had suggested an investigation, and this report has now been tabled in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. Big development in the case. Now a discussion will now ensue between the AIADMK as well as the DMK, all the leaders in the House, on the Justice Arumugasamy report. Remember, this is a report that could have political ramifications as well, and Prapanch is joining us live with the details on that. Prapanch, for the very first time, the Justice Arumugasamy report that was already with the DMK government now being tabled in the Assembly. What are the details? We understand that Sasikala has also been named in the report.
That's right. In fact, we could see the report now. A detailed report has been given by Arumugasamy Commission that was formed to probe Jaya Lalitha's death. Now, the report, as per, they say that after analyzing evidences available on the records, the commission says that conspiracy has been published. In fact, we could see that there are several reports that have been given, and detailed report states that there was a treatment that was, in fact, the hospital doctors informed Sasikala about the diagnosis and instructed her to give the treatment to the late chief minister. And that was, in fact, informed to her. And subsequently, we could see that, in fact, the commission states that from all the aspects that were mentioned, the commission concludes that Sasikala has been, in fact, Sasikala Radhakrishnan, who was the health secretary at that point in time, Vijay Bhaskar, and in fact, we could see that several leaders have been mentioned that they have found fault and investigation has been ordered. So these are the crux of this thing, crux of the report. So basically, it has been stated that from the commission concludes that Sasikala, Sivakumar, Radhakrishnan and Vijay Bhaskar have been found fault with, and the investigation is to be ordered.
Okay, all right. So, Prapanch, does this open up the debate on whether probe should be ordered? Because there has been a lot of political discussion around Jayalalitha's death. In fact, Jayalalitha's relevance still remains in Tamil Nadu. So, now that this report has been tabled in the Tamil Nadu Assembly, does this open up the debate on whether a probe should be ordered or not, or has the government said that a probe will be ordered?
Now, this particular report has been, in fact, tabled. This particular report has been tabled, and now further it will be discussed, and action taken report will be submitted by the government, and further an action will be taken. And then later on we could see, because the commission has suggested for a inquiry, an investigation has to be ordered, is what the commission has stated. So based on these recommendations, we could see that the government will hereafter take an action, and then an action taken report will be also submitted.
Okay, all right. Let's also go across to Amita, who is joining us with the details of that report. Remember, this report had been submitted to the DMK government. They had not released it back then. Now, in the Assembly, the government has tabled it. So, these details are out in public domain for the very first time. Amita, if you can take us through the operative bits where Sasikala and the others have been named in the report.
The details that are still coming in, because as far as his death in the year 2016 is concerned, the date of the death that has been declared by the hospital that has happened, and on the basis of evidence. Now it is also being said in the report that has been filed by the former judge, in a lengthy report that has now been taken up, because it goes on to say that the commission, considering the aspects that has constrained, that come to a conclusion, but to indict from all of these aspects and the names that have been mentioned, Pratibha, when it comes to the closest aide of the former Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Jaya Lalitha, that VK Sasikala's name has been mentioned. There are others as well that have now been indicted, and the then health Lalitha have been found at fault and the investigation is to be ordered, Pratibha. That is clearly mentioned in this report.
Okay, all right. In fact, reading out from the report as well that has been submitted, it very clearly says the AIIMS doctors team that came to Chennai 5 times while Jayalalitha was hospitalized in Apollo never treated her even once. It also details that it in fact accuses Sasikala and the others of hiding details of Jayalalitha's treatment and the health status. Also saying that there had been a lot of contradictions in the health bulletins that had been issued during her hospitalization. Prapanch, if I can come back to you on that. In fact, even when Jayalalitha was in the hospital, there were a lot of reports that had come out. In fact, we'll go to Prapanch in just a bit, but these are the details, the highlights of the report that have now been submitted in the Tamil Nadu Assembly. The details clearly say that the AIIMS doctors never treated her even once. Amita, these are some of the details that have come out in the commission report tabled in the Assembly.
As we continue to take a look at the report, there we have...
Apologies, do stay on with us. Amita, Americai Narayan also joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Narayanan, this is of a lot of political significance. Today, the DMK government has tabled this report in the Tamil Nadu Assembly.
Most of the commissions are political appointments and political statements that whether it's a state or central government do. They prolong it long enough to keep the opposition on tenterhooks. Now, the point is, the whole objective of this commission is to do a fact-finding, and at the end of 2 years, they say they need to have further investigation. Either these people have committed some crime or they have not. I think the commission's just trying to waste our tax money and keep extending themselves to suit their political masters.
So, do you expect the DMK government to order a probe into Jayalalitha's death now?
Well, if it's politically helpful to them, they will. I think to keep the thing boiling, both the central government and the state government want to keep ADMK in tenterhooks.
Okay.
And so it's good for them to keep everything in abeyance and, put pressure on them.
Okay, okay. So, Mr. Narayanan, thank you for joining us, saying that the political pot needs to stay boiling in Tamil Nadu, and that's the reason why the commission report has been tabled by the DMK government. Let me take this across to Prapanch, who's joining us with the details. Prapanch, in the report, the details, some of it very indicting, mentioning Sasikala, yes, but also saying doctors had recommended angiogram for Jayalalitha. Some authority denied the permission. Take us through the key details that have been mentioned in the report.